Okay, you guys, so this video is, I would say, the most important and can possibly be the most difficult thing to do. It is dealing with negativity. It is never going to be easy, and I'm just going to tell you now, when you're headed towards that road to success, you are going to lose a couple friends. You might feel like family members turn against you. You might see that people might treat you different. That's a part of growth. So meaning when you're growing, not everybody's going to respect your growth, but you might get a lot of negativity, and there's going to be a lot of crazy rumors. There's going to be a lot of uncomfortable things said. So you got to figure out ways to cope with it, because I still think that is my biggest thing with dealing with negativity. And it's not because I'm this mean person. It's because back in the days, you couldn't come to me any kind of way, or I would be like, what you say? Oh, huh? Ready to slap somebody. But that's not always the answer. So as I started to growing and mature, you start to realize that there's got to be different ways to deal with these people. And then you have to understand that a lot of people are not going to like you, because sometimes just because of the things that you accomplish. And you would think, dang, I used to tell myself, like, why wouldn't they like me? I share my techniques. What else to do for these people? Why is there so much hatred towards me? Because a lot of people don't understand. They just look at you and they think, oh, everything came easy. They don't know I grew up in foster care. They don't know, I come from nothing. They don't know I have 3 kids to feed. They don't know that stuff. All they see is what we place on social media. So social media will make it look like everything is perfect. So when you're going towards that road to success, you got to just understand you might lose a couple people on that journey, but it is going to be very, very, very difficult. Another thing that I seem to do is that I put myself in a tunnel vision. And everybody goes, what's a tunnel vision? I stopped watching TV. Stopped watching a lot of TV. I stopped looking. When I log into my social medias, I would just post my work and leave it as that. And then I would log out. I started putting myself in a tunnel vision, so that way there's no room to look at another person growth and be like, man, it's not fair. Why me? Because everybody grow at different level, and what's for you going to be for you. And back in the days when I had 400,000 followers, it was confusing to people, but it was just my time, and maybe it's just that's a particular person's time. So I never watched the growth of anybody, because that's when you start feeling some kind of way. And anybody that I see out there doing something positive, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them. Any stylists out here, there's so many great stylists that I even catch myself saying, wow, that's amazing what they do. I could never see myself hating somebody or even being negative towards a particular person. And you got to think, people are going to always have their own opinion. So if their opinion feeds you, then that's when it matters. So sometimes you just have to sit back and be like, well, their opinion doesn't matter because they're not feeding you. The only people that matters is the people who are watching, which is your fans. And I got caught up in that. I'm not going to say I got caught up in arguing and trying to figure out. And then I had to sit back and was like, why am I arguing? I'm never going to make this person see differently. And sometimes you just have to show people differently and allow the truth to reveal itself. So I just was like, forget it, And I know me, like just bad anger management a couple years ago. So I know I can't take a lot. So I just cut them people off, cut that particular person off. If you're talking negative, then I ain't got time for it. I ain't trying to be mean, but we're just not going there. I'm not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on what's important, meaning your work. Being a pushover. Being in social media, you're going to have to be a pushover. People are going to curse you out. Delete them, block them. I don't care. People be like, why you block people? So what? If you're talking negative, if you can't talk to somebody respectfully and you cannot speak to them in a proper manner, then you don't need to speak to them at all. If you can't email it, and if you have to broadcast it with the world, then block them. That some clients, especially there's some people I know who have hair companies and they get cursed out, and I don't blame them. Block them. Fix the issue, but block them. And sometimes there's 2 sides to every story. I think with having a lipstick line, I think I had a lady who who put the wrong address and yelled at me every day. Every day we would get a message, be like, where the hell is my stuff? And I was like, huh? Well, we sending it out. We gave her the track number, and she was like, oh, I put the wrong address. So you curse me out every day every single day because you put the wrong address. So I was like, and that's hard when you have companies. I just recently had to hire somebody to help me because, like I told you, my company, I woke up and it grew. So either way, if you had a company, you're dealing with negativity. Every celebrity person has negativity. Every company has negativity. Target might have negative comments. Walmart, Walgreens, Obama, some of the best people still going to have something negative to say. Sometimes you take the negativity and you just grow from it because you're not going to be perfect. If anything ever occurred in your business or in whatever thing that you were doing, just take it and grow from it. Sometimes God could be showing you something. What I recently went through, and when I had dealt with a lot of negativity, it took me a while because I was so hurt to realize that God was showing me something. God was using that incident to open my eyes, and then he was showing me the people who are for you and the people who are not for you. And I didn't understand it at that particular time. But now that it's over, now that I got through some things, I'm like, okay, I see now. Maybe he needed to remove some people from your life. So definitely negativity isn't bad. It's just you have to learn how to cope with it. And I can't tell you it's going to be easy because every day I see something, I be like, oh no, this bitch drive me. But I can't let them win. You can't let them get the best of you. And you don't even respond. Delete it, move on, and go forward. Sometimes investigate the problems. I know with a lot of companies, I know there's fake people who would write underneath it just to be negative, just to stray people away from their business. So just be aware of that and know that if you are seeing negativity, there's 2 sides to every story. And sometimes there's 3 sides to every story. So you always got to keep that in mind. But another thing, if you are a talent, like I learned, I feel like a target. And everybody go, what do you mean? I'm like, no, I feel like people target me. People target me because I'm young. And yeah, I do photography. Yeah, I do hair. Yeah, I have all this spontaneous things going on. And I think that I become a target because a lot of people can be intimidated. And you got to think a lot of stuff that I accomplished took people years, 10 years, 15 years to accomplish. And I accomplished it all in 4. And so sometimes you could be a target. Sometimes if you're in a small city and you're doing everything good and you do the best hair, people are going to target you. And when I was in my city, I felt like a target. I had, the salon and everything was just crazy. People had the most to say instead of being happy for you. So sometimes you just have to keep that in mind that you can possibly be a target and, people can be intimidated by you. So now, like, I welcome people in. I think that, like, working with other stylists was a way to break that pattern. And people used to think that stylists couldn't work together because they would have jealousy towards each other. So I started doing something where I would work with other stylists or I would allow another stylist to shadow me. And I did that to try to break the cycle, but sometimes things cannot change it. It's very hard to work with other people and other females without them feeling jealousy or intimidated by you. So I think that for me, and maybe it'd be for some of you guys who are dealing with these same problems, sometimes it's best to work alone. Like, I don't want to work for no one. I sign my own checks. I work when I want to work. I do what I want to do because I have to, because I'm afraid of getting in a situation to where I have to deal with somebody feeling some type of way, or even working in a salon. It was very hard for me to work in salons with other people because naturally they just feel some kind of way. And a lot of people feel that kind of way because they don't know what God is doing with this particular person. And I would say I'm highly favored. I think recently when I got my Instagram back. Never happened. A lot of people are like, oh, how did you get it back? But getting in contact with Instagram and getting my Instagram back after it was deleted, it proved to me. I was like, man, like God really looked out for me. I felt like the worst person a couple of days before that. But after that, I knew for a fact, like God been on my team, been walking me through this journey, and I knew He wasn't going to take me this far to leave me, and He pulled me through something that was so difficult. And the day that I did get my Instagram back, I had more than faith. Like I felt like, I remember waking up, calling my assistant and be like, I got my page back. And he was like, no. And my friend Amber, we were on the phone. I was like, I'm gonna log in for work. Oh my God. And I was praying and I got my page back. I couldn't believe it. And first thing when I got my page back, you know what I thought of? I thought of other people who got their page deleted, and I told them and I called them to see whatever, maybe they can get help. And I was like, man, my heart's still big after everything that I went through. I still want to help people. And even people during that particular time did something negative to me, I still have a big heart. I would accept apology, but I would want to help and help these people grow. So dealing with negativity is going to be the toughest thing. And I'm going to see you guys next Sunday, and then we're going to go through little tips to make your page get, notice, and little hashtags and little things about reaching out to the people and stuff like that. And then we're going to go with image and everything. So we're going to talk about that next Sunday, and I'm going to see you guys later. I have a good review to post about the hair that I do have in my hair. I know a lot of people always ask me about my hair. It's from Dare to Have Hair, and I didn't really curl it. It holds a very good curl. I actually twist it up at night before I go to bed, and the curls usually last me a long time. Like I told you, I don't wear this big old makeup, these big old eyelashes. I'm very plain. But I am going to post a tutorial for them. That great company. They got great customer service. You guys got to check them out. But I'll see you guys next Sunday. Bye.